Nothing on the Wonder trades. And I think everything else should be good. Mass Breakout, Summer. We're pretty much done with every type of thing. I guess wishing on the Eevee Grove. So we have a couple of days until the new expansion comes out. We have about 6 days, right? That should be more than enough to get 1250 and we can trade for something else. How's it going, Ryan? How's it going, Lucian? I have not seen the pack preview yet. I have seen a couple of images. The official trailer just got posted about 50 minutes ago, and we're going to do a reaction to it in probably like 2 minutes. In 2 minutes, we'll do a little reaction as well. And then we'll upload. I know it's been a while since we've gone live or uploaded. I think I was out of town for a couple of days. And then there was a little bit of downtime with Pokemon Pocket. But we should be good. We should be good. There still might be a small little break until the new expansion comes out. All right, we ready? This is mostly going to be new for me. We'll go ahead, take a look. Let's start our recording. All right, so Pokemon just released about 50 minutes ago the new A4 expansion, Wisdom of Sea and Sky, which is going to be introducing Lugia and Ho-Oh. This is my first time seeing it, so we're going to all just jump in together and get our first time reaction on the cards. So let's see what we got. Wisdom of Sea and Sky, Ho-Oh, Lugia, 2 expansion, Ho-Oh EX, Phoenix Turbo. We'll be slowing everything down and looking at all the finer details and reading everything. Triple Energy, Lugia, and Colorless Ho-Oh. Cyndaquil, Totodile, Chikorita, Pichu. We got Shiny Gyarados, Umbreon EX, and Espeon EX. So I think all we're missing is Vaporeon EX now, right? And Jolteon EX. Available on Wednesday, July 30th. That's in about 6 days from now. 6 days. So Umbreon EX and Espeon EX. I think we are only missing Vaporeon and Jolteon now, right? That was quick in order to get... That was very quick getting an Umbreon EX and Espeon EX. I honestly thought we were going to get Jolteon and Vaporeon first, or at least these were going to be in the Eevee Grove expansion. All right, so let's run it back, all right? Let's run it back. We have all the cards that were showing off in the trailer pulled up here, so spoiler alert. Let's jump into Lugia EX first. So Lugia EX says it's a triple energy. Discard a fire, water, and lightning energy from this Pokemon. 150 energy or 150 HP, 180 damage, which is basically enough to one-shot anything. It's on par with Dragonite, I think, right? Triple energy, 180. Definitely seems interesting. We're gonna need some way to actually power that, because going off of triple energy in a deck is definitely not gonna work. However, I have heard someone in the chat mentioned that Ho-Oh is extremely good with synergizing with any kind of dual energy deck. So it says Ho-Oh EX Phoenix Turbo, 80 damage for 180 HP, says take a fire, leaf, and water energy from your energy zone and attach them to your benched basic Pokemon in any way you like. So you could put 3 energy on one Pokemon, Lugia for example, and you already have a big damage dealer that can basically one-shot everything in the game ready to go for just 3 colorless energy. Or you can separate it. Maybe you're running a Dragonite in the deck and you want to put water energy and lightning energy onto your Dragonite. You can do that and then put fire energy on someone else. It's any way you want. This is going to be better than what? Manaphy most likely. Better than Moltres. You don't need Manaphy. You don't need Moltres. You don't need Pachirisu. You're literally able to get any, or well, not any energy, but fire, water, lightning in any way you want to any of your benched Pokemon. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Now, the wording, we're going to have to wait until we get in game. The wording right here, basically, I'm assuming the wording means it's taking one of each energy and attaching it. Or it could be just a singular energy. Because it says take a fire, water, and lightning energy, which is technically, in my mind, meaning plural, all of them combined. And then you separate them and put them any way you want. If it was a singular energy, I think it would have said take a fire, water, or lightning energy from your energy zone and attach them to your benched Pokemon. But because it says and is the key word, I'm assuming this means that you're able to just take all 3 energy and put them however you want on your benched Pokemon, which makes it absolutely insane if that is true and you're able to take 3 energy. I'd assume it's 3 energy because we already have Pokemon like Moltres and Dialga that's giving 2 energy, so I'm assuming this is going to be 3, which makes it absolutely insane for all kinds of decks. You can quite literally run like a grass energy only on Ho-Oh if you really wanted to, and run grass Pokemon in the deck, but still end up having like a random Dragonite thrown in there, or a Lugia or something, because you're able to get fire, water, and lightning energy. It's crazy to think about, man. Like, you can run rock energy if you want and just go Rampardos rock energy on the side. Guarantee start with Ho-Oh or something, or whatever other Pokemon, you know? You can mix and match, man. Ho-Oh is definitely going to be insane, in my opinion. For 3 energy, Ho-Oh is definitely going to be insane. That is wild. That might actually change up. We might see some crazy decks, and I think dual energy is finally going to be playable now, thanks to Ho-Oh, because you have a consistent way of getting at least the fire, water, and lightning energy, which I think covers all the dual energy types in the game, if I'm not mistaken. I know it covers Dragonite, and I think there was a trying to think, doesn't it cover Druddigon too? I think it covers Druddigon as well. Trying to think what other dual. I don't really play dual energy types because it's always inconsistent, but this might make it actually consistent. Excited for that. We got Chikorita, cool. They're obviously going to have their final evolutions. We'll just have to find out if they have their EXs for their stage 2. We have Pichu. Take a lightning energy from your energy zone and attach it to one of your benched Pokemon. Now, the energy is cut off here. I don't know if that's just a mistake or if that's actually going to be a thing. That's kind of changing. That's our first Pokemon card that we've seen that has no energy cost. Crackly Toss. Take energy from your energy zone and attach it to one of your benched basic Pokemon. For no energy. And no retreat cost. And no weakness. I mean, it is a 30 HP Pokemon. I think that's kind of the lowest we've ever seen. So I guess it makes sense that it's a no weakness, no retreat cost, no energy to attack. Pichu. Able to just bring energy to one of your bench Pokemon. That seems interesting. I'm not going to lie. That does seem interesting. And Cleffa is also the same way. No weakness, no retreat. We've only ever seen no weakness on Dragon Pokemon, but now they're coming over here too. Put a random Pokemon from your deck into your hand. Any random Pokemon from your deck into your hand. Seems okay. Seems good enough. So we got those 2 new cards. No energy needed. We got the shiny Gyarados. You may discard any number of your benched water Pokemon. This attack does 40 more damage for each benched Pokemon you discarded in this way for a 2 energy cost. Seems interesting. Umbreon EX. The ability Dark Chase. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may switch one of your opponent's benched Pokemon that has damage on it onto the active spot, which is technically meaning this is a Cyrus that you can use every single turn, and you don't even need to use Cyrus anymore. That's crazy. For 2 energy, 80 damage, and it has 140 HP. That's not bad. And it's an ability, so you can use this ability on the bench if you want and don't even need to be swinging in with Umbreon. You can have some other kind of like weak attacker in the front, like Nihilego or Naga, inflicting poison on the enemy. You can just bring them to the active spot. That's crazy to think about. I could definitely see Umbreon EX and Greninja being played for sure, 100%, with maybe like a Giratina on the side. I mean, I guess people are already running double Cyrus in that Greninja deck, right? But this is interesting. You can guarantee use it every single turn. No supporter needed. Gives you some extra spots. Espeon EX, Psychic Healing ability. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may heal 30 damage from one of your Pokemon. Okay, so if you have a Pokemon on the bench that's getting sniped by Greninja, put Espeon in the front. Is doing 80 damage for 2 energy, and you can heal that bench Pokemon and keep them safe from the Greninja. I like the counterplay to that Umbreon EX already. Right? Oh, Umbreon EX actually has to be in the active spot. I went back and actually saw that. That's a misread on my part. It has to be in the active spot to actually use it. I was wondering, I was like, wait, Espeon's in the active, and I had to go back and double check on the Umbreon. Okay, Umbreon is also in the active spot as well. Forgive me, I did just wake up, and we are just jumping back into uploading more Pokemon TCG videos. On to the trainers, though. I think these are 2. I'm pretty sure we'll have a couple more trainers, but these are the ones that were shown off in the trailer, apparently. We have Lyra. Switch your active Pokemon that has damage on it with one of your benched Pokemon. Taking out your active that has damage and switch it to one of your benched, which is technically just saving you a retreat cost, I guess. So I guess this could be good for Pokemon decks that have high retreat cost. I'm thinking of like Snorlax EX, you know, assuming you don't want to run Ilima to just bring it back. 'Cause this technically could be better than an Ilima if you think about it, right? Say you're building up energy on Snorlax. It takes 4 energy to attack. You finally put the 3rd energy on it, and you were able to get that 4th energy and then attack, but your Snorlax is about to die. You could Ilima, but you lose all that energy, all that work, and you'll never be able to attack again during that fight. Or you can Lyra, swap it out, save that energy, conserve it, and go in with a different attacker. So you get a little bit of other like pivot plays with this for sure. Silver says your opponent reveals their hand. Choose a supporter card you find there and shuffle it into your opponent's deck. That's okay. That seems good. Your opponent reveals their hand. Any supporter they have in their hand, you can shuffle it back into their deck. That seems really good, and I might start running that over like Mars or something. Most people run Mars or Red Card just to disrupt the opponent's hand. Take out their supporter card that they needed desperately in order to win. If they needed to use like a Lily to heal back up to survive, a Sabrina, a Cyrus, you can literally just get that out of their hand and put it back in their deck. That seems really good. Rescue Scarf, Pokemon tool. If the Pokemon this card is attached to is knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, put it into your hand. Wow. So if your active Pokemon is knocked out by an attack, or not even an active Pokemon, if you have Rescue Scarf, I'm assuming, on the bench, and someone used like a Dragonite, not a Dragonite EX, but a Dragonite that hits random targets, and your Pokemon on the bench just randomly got hit by Rescue Scarf, that's classified as an attack. Instead of going to the discard, you put it back in your hand and you get to go again. That could be really good, assuming it's a basic Pokemon and not a Pokemon you need to evolve. Because I don't know, do you get all the other, do you get like the stage 1 and stage 2 back if you lose your stage? Like, do you get your basic and stage 1 back, or is it just the stage 2? That's what I'm wondering, right? Do you get all 3, all the evolutions back? Because I could see this being really good for basic Pokemon for sure, but it's definitely countered by abilities. So watch out for Greninja, Nightmare Aura from Darkrai, any poison that goes. That feels really good. It's technically a second chance, right? Yeah, it's technically a second chance. Okay. We got Elemental Switch, an item card. Move a fire, water, or lightning energy from one of your benched Pokemon to your active. So it's only one energy you get to move, but it's a fire, water, or lightning from your benched to your active spot, which seems pretty good. You can play as many items as you want. So if you're running 2 elemental switches, you can move 2 energy technically in one turn, while also using your bench energy. That's technically 3 energy. You can switch over in one single turn. That seems good. That's like better than a Dawn, essentially speaking, because it's an item and you can use it 2 times in a row, and you can still use a supporter on the side. So if you really want to get funky with it, you could use Elemental Switch twice, your bench energy, and Dawn. That's 4 energy in one single turn. Seems kind of crazy, but I don't think Dawn will be necessary in the Elemental Switch decks. And then last but not least, we have Togepi. During your opponent's next turn, attacks used by the defending Pokemon do minus 20 damage. Pretty basic, 60 HP, 1 energy. Seems cool. So Umbreon seems crazy. Rescue Scarf seems crazy. Silver seems very cool as well for hand disruption. The no energy attack on Pichu for energy generation also seems cool. If you want to like use Pichu on the front, try to generate Ho-Oh quickly because it has 0 retreat cost, and then you can elemental switch and put that energy back on Ho-Oh. Essentially speaking, this is the play, right? Pichu turn 1, no cost, no energy. You get to attack, put double energy on Ho-Oh. Right? Or you put 1 energy on Ho-Oh, but then you put bench energy on Ho-Oh, and then once it's your turn again, you just retreat off of Pichu for free, go to Ho-Oh, and you're ready to attack 80 damage Ho-Oh. You put all that energy onto Lugia, and then Lugia is ready to attack. That's like very quick, no? In terms of ramp. Obviously, that's like best case scenario, but still. Seems good. Seems good. Those are all the cards we've seen so far. If there's anything new that's shown off, we'll try and upload more videos following. Of course, once the expansion comes out, we'll be making all kinds of decks. Umbreon, Espeon, Ho-Oh, Lugia, Pichu, trying out all the new trainers and stuff like that, etc. All up on the channel. So if you guys do want more of that, make sure you guys subscribe. But let me know down below what you guys are most excited for the new expansion, for the new cards that were shown off. It's a lot, and I think the meta is definitely going to be changing extremely with these dual energy now being consistent. Dragonite's coming back. Druddigon might be making a return as well. Definitely excited to see what the new expansion comes. Entei, I'm hoping that they come out with Entei, Suicune, and Raikou. Surely we'd get Entei, Suicune, and Raikou in this update, right? I would hope. I would definitely hope. If it's a no energy cost Pichu, will be great for going first. Oh yeah, it is a no energy cost Pichu. So it's a no energy cost Pichu, which technically means you are able to go first, keep Pichu in the front, and if they're going second, unless they're running, say, Buzzwole deck with Kartana, I'm trying to think about how they're going to kill you in one shot. Because you don't have a weakness, and most Pokemon do 20 damage. There are a few exceptions of some Pokemon doing more than 20 damage. Kartana is one of them. I know Farfetch, but a lot of people don't play Farfetch recently. Yeah, Pichu is great, because even if you're going first and you miss out on energy, you get the evolution advantage if you need it for like Dragonite, but you're still able to just put bench energy on Ho-Oh and then Crackly Toss and put second energy on Ho-Oh, and then you're ready to start swinging in on that next turn. So turn 3 for you, you're still good. Turn 3, you're still set up, ready to attack. There's no retreat on it as well. Yeah, there's no retreat on it as well. So going first, going second, I'd assume would be good. Yeah, if you use a cape on that deck, you're definitely surviving, I think, any attack, right? No weakness, 50 HP. Just watch out for a Guzma. Seems crazy, man. Or you use electrical cord. I mean, you don't even need electrical cord on it. For one, if you use electrical cord and try and put energy on Pichu, you're gonna lose that energy if they Guzma you. But you don't even need to put energy on Pichu because it's a no energy attack. It's our first time getting a no energy attack. Honestly, did not expect that. If you were to put your second Pichu on the bench, for sure. Yeah, that's a little wild, not gonna lie. All right, let's upload. We'll see if there's other Pokemon cards that were shown off by chance. Kingdra. You think Kingdra's gonna be in the expansion? I'm hoping there's Entei, Suicune, and Raikou. Those are my top ones at the moment. Wisdom of Sea and Sky. Obviously, I think the gold card's going to be Lugia and Ho-Oh, and with 2 expansion packs, I'm pretty sure we're going to get more trainers, right? We've only seen 2 trainers at the moment, and those 2 trainers were Silver, which seems really good, and Lyra. Which Lyra is switch your active Pokemon that has damage to one of your benched Pokemon. I still think Lyra could be good for Pokemon that have a high retreat cost, and if you want to swap them from the active spot back to the bench without losing energy. It could even be good for like a Giratina, for example, right? Maybe Giratina has, you need a retreat 2 energy. I guess you could theoretically say just use Leaf instead of Lyra. Technically the same thing. And you don't have to worry about having energy on it. So I guess if we're talking about Lyra in terms of like usability, you don't want to use Lyra in a deck on a Pokemon that only has 2 retreat cost, because then you could use Leaf. And Leaf would be better because you don't have to worry about that condition of it has to have damage on it. I think Lyra is only going to be good for people who have 3 retreat cost or 4 retreat cost, right? Because at 2, Leaf just seems better. You don't have to worry about them having damage to swap them out, and you can swap them out whenever you want. So same value, I'd say. But Lyra definitely seems interesting if you want to run like a Snorlax deck or something like that. Top players are in 5K right now. Crazy. Yeah, we got a reaction already, Trey Lamont. I am uploading the video on YouTube at the moment, and we'll make a thumbnail. Thumbnail should already be done, so I'm just uploading as we speak. And then, of course, obviously, once the expansion comes out, we'll be playing a lot of Pokemon Pocket as usual. I know it's been about like 10 days or so since I've uploaded a video or streamed. I went out of town for a couple of days, and there wasn't really anything I wanted to do on Pokemon Pocket. But every time a new expansion comes out, we do start the new expansion, upload a bunch of videos. However, I am going to be going out of town again, so I might not be able to upload a lot of deck videos like we did with Eevee Grove. I think we uploaded like 12 new decks before I went out. but we'll try and upload as many as we possibly can for the new expansion for sure. All right, day one, we'll try and get a lot of content editing done before we end up going. Lyra could be there for more consistency. That is true. You could also run Lyra with Leaf if you want more consistency on your 2 retreat cost Pokemon. That is also very, very, very true. Imagine you use Silver, but your opponent hand had no supporters. Well, then you're probably off to a good start. So the thing is, right? The thing is, you're playing Silver because most people have their own win conditions, right? I think that's the main appeal. That's the main attraction. You're playing Silver because most people have their own win conditions. And it usually comes down to, does the opponent have a Lily? Do they have a Cyrus? Do they have a Sabrina? Do they have Guzma, right? Like all these one trainer cards that can technically win the opponent the game. You're thinking, please don't have it. Please don't have it. Please don't have it. Now with Silver, you can definitely make sure they don't have it. You could theoretically run red card and Silver, which I think is going to be my ideal situation. So I'm thinking, for example, you red card first. If they have like 4 cards in hand, you take them down to 3. And then you Silver them. Because if they have a supporter in a hand, you could take them from 3 to 2. And that seems really good. Or you could just Silver after using red card just to guarantee that their win condition gets out of their hand and it's gone. And their win condition could be a Cyrus with Greninja, like the deck that we're playing right now, for example. So there's many different things and situations, I guess, use cases, right? Let's go ahead and Giant Cape this front. Overall, Silver seems really good. Lyra, I'm probably not going to be using a whole lot. I kind of want to bring this top left monitor down. Yeah, there we go. Maybe I'll be able to show off. Yeah, Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh seems crazy. Ho-Oh seems absolutely nutty. Because you don't even need... So Ho-Oh is what? 0... It's colorless energy. You realistically don't even need water, fire, and lightning energy. You really don't. You could run psychic energy on Ho-Oh if you really wanted to. Did I try the new Serena? I didn't try the new Serena yet, no. I'm gonna try and make sure that this Eevee dies. I'm gonna red card as well. Maybe we get lucky here, right? Thin our hand as best as possible, too. You put it on Sylveon EX, you could use its ability twice. Maybe? At the cost of your Sylveon dying? I think if your Sylveon's already dead, you don't really need to use the ability again. Right? You're most likely good. I'd honestly want to say. But I don't know if Rescue Scarf brings back basic Pokemon. So Sylveon is a stage 1, right? Say, for example, if Sylveon died with Rescue Scarf on it, would I get my Eevee and Sylveon back in hand, or would it just be Sylveon back in hand and Eevee goes to the grave? That's what I'm honestly thinking about right now. Alright, so we have some options here. We're just gonna hit that Giratina. I don't think we need to actually hit the Giratina, to be fair with you. But we have another hit and Cyrus. I'm hitting the Giratina early, just in case. But I think we go with Froakie. Rescue Scarf and Talent Elder will still work though. True. One's a Pokemon tool. The thing is, Rescue Scarf won't get any value at all if, and this is going to be like something that most people are going to be running. Have already been running, but I think we'll run it a lot more now, as like every time a new expansion comes out, people run this one card even more. It's called Guzma. All you have to do is run double Guzma in your deck now, not just one Guzma. Remove the Pokemon Scarf before you attack and kill the Pokemon. Rescue Scarf does absolutely nothing, right? So it's kind of like Rescue Scarf seems interesting, but we can't forget that Guzma is still a hard counter that you can't do anything about. And if the opponent's running double Guzma, which they don't even need to, they can just run it for consistency's sake, right? Then they can still remove the Scarf before they attack, and you get no benefit. So I might not be running Rescue Scarf a whole lot on most of my Pokemon, but we'll see. Maybe I can Rescue Scarf and Silver in the same deck, just so I can make sure they don't have Guzma in hand and I can get rid of it. That might be a good combination. Some good synergy. Rescue Scarf on double Gengar EX. Full shutout deck. You think a Alolan Golem will have a chance to do something now, or Regirock, thanks to Lyra? Ooh, I didn't even think about that. Maybe, yeah. Golem has a super high retreat cost, Regirock has a super high retreat cost, and if you accidentally start with one of them in the deck, then you have a way to retreat them for free, essentially speaking. Yeah, I didn't even think about that, to be fair with you. Dawn and double energy switch, you can move 3 energy. Yeah, you can move 3 energy. Technically, you can get 4 energy because you're not even counting the bench energy you get. Double elemental switch, you can move fire, water, or lightning energy. It's one of your benched Pokemon to your active. And you can also don the energy, but you can also just use your bench energy. So you're effectively getting 4 energy this turn, assuming you already have the energy on some of your benched Pokemon. Seems really good. Yeah, seems extremely good. I'm excited for Elemental Switch. Umbreon. Probably not so much Espeon. I really want to make an Umbreon deck. Ho-Oh and Lugia. I think we got to run those two in the same deck. 1,000,000%. I think so. I'm trying to... So usually after an expansion trailer drops, we try to theory craft and write down a bunch of decks we can play, so when the day comes, aka in 6 days from now, we can immediately jump in and start working on building the decks, right? So I'm trying to find out what kind of decks should we make with Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh and Lugia seems good, yes? I want to say Ho-Oh and Lugia seems good. But then after Ho-Oh and Lugia, I feel like we should also run Ho-Oh, Dragonite, for example. I don't think Druddigon, because you want Druddigon to be in the front and you want Ho-Oh to technically be in the front so you can start generating energy. I guess you could theoretically go Ho-Oh or Dragonite just to absorb damage. You're not sure if used Ho-Oh skill can give energy to bench Pokemon that has to evolve. Oh. It says attach them to your benched basic Pokemon. I did not see that. I'm gonna be honest. I definitely did not see. It says benched basic Pokemon. All right, let's pull up a deck list and let's look at this. All right, I attack here first of all. I go down to 100. He hits me. I go down from 100 to 80. He uses Sylveon. I live. I think I'm gonna take that risk and take that chance and just swing in. Yeah, you can always choose not to evolve them yet if you want, and then just do that, right? On a Dratini, that solves the issue. and then just hope that the opponent doesn't try to red card you, because surely you're going to be holding on to cards in your hand, right? You want to know what a good counter is for Ho-Oh? I'm gonna pop quiz you guys real quick. I want to see if you guys remember. There's a Pokemon in the game where if you attack with the Pokemon, you're not able to use any. You make the opponent not able to use any item cards. Does anyone remember what that Pokemon name is? It starts with a V. I don't know why I just ended turn. I'm zoned out, to be honest with you, chat. Not Umbreon, not Oricorio. Trying to pull this up here. Yeah, it's Vikavolt. I'm trying to get this uploaded, or let me see here. Deck builder. So Vikavolt. Pokemon TCG. Let's pull this up. This card here. Basically says during your opponent's next turn, they can't play any item cards from their hand. So theoretically speaking, right? Say a lot of people are playing the Ho-Oh Dragonite meta and it's insanely good, right? It's insanely good. You could theoretically just use Vikavolt and prevent them from using an item card. Because most likely they're not going to have their stage 1 evolved yet. Because they need to be a basic Pokemon, or Ho-Oh can't put energy on the Dratini, so they're not going to be a Dragonair. And they're not going to be able to use Rare Candy, because Rare Candy is an item card. So you could theoretically go in with Vikavolt, attack, 70 damage is still quite a bit, and they're not able to Rare Candy on the next turn. They'd have to slow build with Dragonair if they are putting a Dragonair in the deck, and they didn't get greedy, and they didn't try to just say, you know what? We don't need a Dragonair, we're good to go. Because then if they don't have any Dragonairs in the deck, they're never going to be able to actually do anything. And on top of that, you also have Sophocles you can run. It's just 30 more damage. So it's 100 damage in one turn. And then 170 on the next turn if you don't find your second Sophocles. Which is 170 damage is enough to shut down most Pokemon. So in my opinion, it doesn't seem that bad, right? And it can shut down the Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh still does 80 damage, yeah, but Vikavolt has 140 HP. Ho-Oh, try and bring it up. Ho-Oh has 150. And as long as you're swinging in first on Ho-Oh, you're able to two-shot it even without a Sophocles because it's weak to lightning and you're doing 90 damage per swing. So you'll still be able to shut down a Ho-Oh, kill it, get your +2, while also preventing them from quick evolving into a Dragonite with Rare Candy because Vikavolt shuts it down. I'm telling you, man, if we see a lot of Ho-Oh, because Ho-Oh says basic benched Pokemon, you're going to want to evolve into a stage 1 or a stage 2 to utilize the Pokemon that has dual energy, I'm assuming, right? I feel like Vikavolt might actually be really good. I'm calling it right now. Vikavolt's a stage 2, unfortunately, I think. Vikavolt's a stage 2, but I still think that Vikavolt could be a good underdog in the new meta that's coming out that a lot of people are probably just not expecting. Yeah, it's a stage 2, sadly. If I use Rescue Scarf on Charizard, will you bring 3 Charizard line cards? So I like Rescue Scarf, right? But I still feel like Guzma is going to be a hard counter to Rescue Scarf, and Rescue Scarf won't really do anything. But as long as the opponent doesn't use Guzma, you're set, right? All is good. Alright, time to get this Charmander. Boom, hit him once. I'm gonna go ahead and evolve the front. Let's get our cheeky 70 damage in. Giratina's ready. People use Guzma. I mean, a lot of people use Guzma, and a lot of people always bring out Guzma when new expansions come out because new Pokemon tools, they want to get rid of it. You can bring Charmeleon, and yeah, I don't know how Rescue Scarf's gonna work, Ryan. I don't know if Rescue Scarf is gonna bring back the basic and the stage 1, or if it's just gonna give you back a Charizard in hand and that's it. I honestly do not know, to be quite honest with you. They're opting to keep that Charmander on the back. I will just Cyrus instead. Yeah, we don't know how it's gonna work. Hold on. Let me turn the fan on here. If it does bring back all your Pokemon, maybe that could be good. But say, for example, say this, right? Say you used Charmander with a rare candy and a Charizard, and you put Rescue Scarf on. Right? You put Rescue Scarf on, and you do get Charmander and Charizard back. You don't get rare candy back. Right? So you're not able to use rare candy again and evolve it. Obviously, you're going to have 2 rare candies in the deck. Probably don't need a triple rare candy anyways. You probably don't even need Rescue Scarf in that deck, because once your first Charizard dies, you have that second Charizard. It should be similar to Ilima and Koga. Yeah, fair enough, I guess. Ilima and Koga, yeah. You don't get Pokemon tools back, right? You don't get rare candies back. So that's the part that would suck. But I don't think you'd need Rescue Scarf in that deck. Rescue Scarf seems really great, but I don't know. I personally think I might not run it on a majority of my decks. Like, I'll try it out. I'm down for that. I think Elemental Switch is insane. It will be good for all dual energy types of decks, as this is like a must. I feel like 1 silver in the deck is a must because of that hand disruption, you know? Lyra is situational only for Pokemon that have high retreat cost. So you're really not going to be running Lyra a whole bunch in your decks. But I do think Silver is going to be a staple in every deck now for hand disruption. Silver has to be a staple, right? And Elemental Switch is going to be good for dual energy type of decks. Rare Candy goes directly to the discard as you use it. Oh, true. Yeah, you're right. So yeah, that wouldn't work. Mesprit deck is making a comeback. Oh, the Mesprit? Oh yeah, I remember. The Lake Trio. Oh man, that was some good fun. You can see it being used on a Wishy-Washy deck as well. Maybe. I'm trying to think about what other dual energy Pokemon are there besides Dragonite, Druddigon. Ultra Necrozma wants Psychic and Metal, right? I'm trying to remember what Ultra Necrozma wants. I think Lyra is going to work for potential release. Helix EX or a Tyranitar EX, maybe. Oh yeah, because those are going to be some beefy retreat costs, right? Tyranitar is already a 4 retreat cost, I think. So 100% is going to be probably higher, no? Yeah, I like the Mesprit deck too. It's one of the most fun decks. Not the most consistent in terms of winning, but definitely one of the most fun for sure. Trying to see. Sorry, I'm like looking at another monitor right now, looking at different card ideas and deck lists and stuff like that. Let's focus up here, yeah? Rescue Scarf works with Gyarados. Ooh. So Gyarados, we have... So, I gotta check if this Gyarados is actually a new Gyarados or if it's like an old Gyarados. But the shiny Gyarados says you may discard any number of your benched water Pokemon and you do 40 damage for each benched Pokemon you discarded. I don't know if Rescue Scarf would work because Rescue Scarf is supposed to be from an attack, right? And it says from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon. So you can't Gyarados your own Pokemon and rely on Rescue Scarf to bring it back. Gyarados says it needs to be... Or no, not Gyarados. Rescue Scarf needs to be an attack from your opponent's Pokemon. That would have been funny though, right? It's double Rescue Scarf your Pokemon on the bench and then Gyarados to bring it back in your hand. It's like nothing ever happened. I do like the thought, the mind strong right there. Dang, that's crazy. Gyarados with nothing but fossils. Oh, Gyarados with nothing but fossils. Magikarp Gyarados double energy to attack and you discard. All right, let's get the notepad out. Let's get the notepad. It is time we start writing down deck ideas, right? So decks to play for A4 expansion. This guy said the shiny Gyarados with fossils only. That seems crazy that I want to try it. Wait, is it benched water Pokemon? Say it ain't so. Oh no, it's benched water Pokemon. You're right. It has to be benched water Pokemon. So it would have to be Fishing Net to bring the water Pokemon back. And maybe like Wishy-Washies or something in the deck, maybe? You could go shiny Gyarados with Wishy-Washies, I think. Yeah, fossils don't count, sadly. Alright, we're obviously going to be doing Lugia and Ho-Oh EX as a one single deck list idea, right? That's obviously going to happen. I don't know if we're adding other... I don't know if it's just going to be Lugia and Ho-Oh and that's it, just those Pokemon alone, or if I want to throw in Pichu in the deck as well. But I think we just go Lugia and Ho-Oh, keep it as just EX only. The problem is, if it's EX only, we get shut down to an Oricorio, so we do need to think about one other Pokemon. +1 Pokemon for Oricorio. I'm putting this down in the notes, because we do have to think about a Pokemon for Oricorio as well. I do think Ho-Oh EX plus Dragonite EX +1 base Dragonite, just in case we're going up against an Oricorio, for example. I think that could be really good. So it's going to be the Dragonite only decks with Ho-Oh. Seems great. Dragonite EX with Lyra. I mean, I can say Dragonite with Lyra supporter. So we have 3 deck ideas at the moment. Gyarados, Fishing Net, and Wishy-Washy. That's going to be like not the high priority. Lugia EX plus Ho-Oh EX plus 1 more Pokemon just to deal with Oricorio. Ho-Oh EX and Dragonite EX plus a base Dragonite with the Lyra supporter cards. Umbreon EX is gonna be a thing. Plus what though? Umbreon EX with who? Darkrai EX maybe? Maybe that's the play. And then Greninja. I think that's it. Umbreon EX plus Darkrai plus Greninja. Seems like it's gonna be it. Vertical stream. We're no vertical stream today, Rodston. I was setting things up in a fast... I could technically start the vertical stream right now, but I didn't want to set everything up. I didn't want to set everything up for the reacting and whatnot. Because for the vertical stream, if we wanted to react to the trailer, some of the stuff for the vertical stream would be missing out. They wouldn't be able to catch the entire video because it's like cropped, right? So I decided just to go with the horizontal stream for the reaction stream. You can also use a rescue scarf, Crobat, Arceus. Oh, you're thinking Umbreon, Crobat, Arceus. Spiritomb and Weavile. Come on, give us a rare candy. That'd be crazy. Yeah, maybe. Maybe Umbreon. I can put down 2 different types of iterations. Crobat, Arceus, or Darkrai, Greninja. Either way, I feel like Greninja might be better than Crobat just because of the ability. Oh, this guy's about to evolve and frick me up, isn't he? I forgot how much damage it does, so I'm just gonna do this just to play it safe. It's a good thing we're not on ranked mode right now, because we are not paying attention like at all, to be fair with you. We are paying 0 attention. Yeah, I do like... I think no Crobat, Greninja, because Umbreon can pull any Pokemon. It's like a Cyrus. So I think just because of that, you want a Pokemon that can snipe another Pokemon, and Greninja is like the best one to snipe. So we're going to stick with Greninja, Umbreon. Darkrai can be swapped out for something else maybe, but definitely want to keep that Umbreon and Greninja for sure. There's still Espeon, but I'm not sure what to try out for Espeon and Pichu. What deck would we run Pichu in? Pichu is a no energy attack, put lightning energy to one of your benched Pokemon. That could also go in a Dragonite deck, technically speaking, if you really wanted to. Cyrus. So this does 70 damage. That's going to kill us no matter what. I do have another Cyrus coming up, and I could always just attack. Wow. So I think what I need to do is I need to hit Rampardos. Right? Not actually kill it, but put energy on Giratina here with Broken Space so I can get it on the field. I think I need to do that because if I kill it, I don't have any other Pokemon to deal with the Blade. And if they attack me, then they just die anyways. They take 50 here. Rayquaza EX. Wait, I 100% forgot Rayquaza EX was a thing. Hold on. Because Rayquaza wasn't really that great. Pokemon TCG Pocket. Rayquaza EX wasn't really that great, no? Now I want to actually see. Rayquaza EX. One of your opponent's Pokemon is chosen at random. Oh yeah, because 4 energy and it was like 40 damage spread out. Technically, you could Rayquaza and Ho-Oh. Seems okay, right? There was no way this guy's about to get rare candy in his hand, right? I mean, I can't do anything else. If I swap to Froakie and he attacks, I'm still dead to the Gallade after I swing it and kill. So we got to take this risk of praying he doesn't have a red. Because switching to Froakie means I'm just dead. Because I need Froakie and Cyrus. Mars. We need Cyrus and rare candy. Oh no, we lost. Because they most definitely have a Cyrus. Oh yeah, no, we lost. I can retreat if I really want to. Pichu is free attack. Yeah, Pichu's a free attack. And free retreat with no weakness. I mean, we're literally stalling until we can get our cards, but I don't think we're getting our cards. That Mars got them the win here. Dang. Our rare candy and Greninja is at the bottom. Yeah, I can't stall any longer. Can also use Snorlax in that deck with Ilima and Lyra. Can't forget about Barry as well. There's a lot of decks. I'm not gonna have time to play a bunch of decks when the game comes out, or when the expansion comes out. So I'm trying to find which are gonna be the top decks to play. Definitely the EXs that we're showing off, we're gonna try out. Dang, Pichu's gonna be crazy, man. I'm trying to think. We gotta get Pichu in a deck somehow. Yeah, Pichu's nutty. Alright, I think I put extra energy. It was what? 20 damage more? I have 5 energy. That's 170. We're cooked. Yeah, Pichu seems really, really good. Like, lightning decks are going to be crazy with Pichu in it. Or colorless decks are going to be crazy with Pichu in it as well. And it's only what? It's colorless. Dude, hold on, hear me out. Hear me out. Pichu. No energy to attack. If you're going first, you're able to attack and get energy. If you're going second, you're able to attack and go energy. It doesn't matter if you go first or second. All you need is to just start with this Pokemon, right? So what decks could you make where that is taking advantage of? Dragonite, right? It could be a good Dragonite. Like, say if you ran base Dragonite. If you go first with Pichu, you get to attack. You already have one energy on Dratini ready to go. And say you run water energy only on your deck. It doesn't matter if you run water energy only. You're guaranteed able to get lightning energy from Pichu. And then you put water energy on Dragonite. You already have your dual energy. Once they kill Pichu, they have to kill your Dragonite. But once they kill Dragonite, they still have another Pokemon they need to deal with as well, because they need 3 points, no? There's no EXs in the deck. And you're generating energy at a fast rate. So that's one deck idea you could technically do if you don't want to go the EX variant. There's Golem. Alolan Golem. Generate all that energy at a quick rate. I feel like you want to go Ho-Oh though, maybe, but Pichu is very likely to get knocked down very quickly. Yeah, which is why I'm thinking if you're running Pichu, you want to run Pichu in a deck that's not running an EX. Because Pichu's going to go down very quick, right? Pichu's going to go down very quick, which is unfortunate. Which is why if you run an EX after Pichu and then they kill the EX, the game's over. They win the game, right? They kill your Pichu, and then they kill an EX, and then they win. Which is why I feel like Pichu's going to be very good in non-EX decks where you don't want to cough up that +1 already, and then all they need is just one more kill, aka on your EX, and then they win the game. Which is why I think base Dragonite seems good for that Pichu deck. But you can also run other decks as well. I just can't think of colorless Pokemon. Colorless Pokemon that want a little bit of energy. Could be good for Luxray as well. Licky Licky is a troll card. I will not believe in Licky Licky. Yeah, we're gonna have to mess around with Pichu. I think Pichu could be very good. Porygon, like, imagine you ran Pichu with Porygon Z. I guess it wouldn't matter if they're going Ho-Oh. Porygon Z gets shut down, doesn't matter. Pichu still evolved to Pikachu and EX? No. I don't think so. Right? Luxray suffers from you going first, but Pichu fixes that. True. That's if you get Pichu in the front. I don't know. I see some potential with Pichu. Because if you're going first, you get to build energy. If you're going second, you get to build energy. Ideally, going second would be the play. Because if you're going first, yes, you get to build energy. They get to go second. They get energy advantage. But most of the time, most of their basic Pokemon are only going to be doing what? 20 damage for 1 energy. Kakuna does 30 damage for 1 energy if they are running a Kakuna. Scyther does 30 damage for 1 energy, so that could technically shut you down. I guess Charmander would definitely shut down Pichu, because you can just Ember for 30 and then lose that energy. So Charmander would be the most realistic thing, because most people are running Charmander. Trying to think about what other Pokemon is 1 energy. I don't think people are running the old Pyukumuku, so probably don't have to worry about that. Like, you got to think about what Pokemon people are going to be running. Because guaranteed, Pichu is going to give you at least 2 energy before you die, right? Like, you get a guaranteed 2 energy, at the very least. Ho-Oh. Oh, for the dual energy. Yeah, I guess you can go Ho-Oh guaranteed. All you have to do is run fighting energy. Run fighting energy solely, and then Pichu can attack with no energy needed, and then generates that lightning energy. You're good to go. Farfetch. I haven't really seen a lot of Farfetch, to be honest with you. Yeah, I've really not seen like any Farfetch. Yeah, Farfetch I really don't see too often. We've been seeing mainly like Eevees that don't attack, Charmanders, maybe Kartana with Buzz, Greninjas, stuff like that. Alright, let's see. They got a couple of cards in hand. Let's just go ahead and red card them down. 4-3. Imagine going second with Pichu and you have the full Luxray line. Turn 2 with Rare Candy. That would be nasty. Volkner as well. You get a chance to attack without needing to use first Volkner, and then you can Volkner, then you can Volkner again. You get 3 attacks ready to go. It is definitely quite a bit. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Pichu for sure. I'm gonna Giant Cape because I don't want to die. And I'm just gonna go ahead and Broken Space on this. Because I don't know what the play is. Imagine getting turn 1 Pichu with no other basic Pokemon. And getting flipped by Soul Valley heads. Alright, I can see Pichu has some counters to it. I can see there's going to be some counters to Pichu. Every deck has a counter. This is going to be a race on who finds what first. feel like I want to put energy and draw a card. Because maybe I could delay attacking with Giratina for one turn. Pichu could help Vikavolt if you go first, but Vikavolt's only 2 energy, I think, right? I was thinking Pokemon that needed at least like 3 energy or dual energy would be really good. No love for Cleffa. I mean, Cleffa's also our other Pokemon that has no energy to attack, no weakness, no retreat cost. But it says just put a random Pokemon from your deck into your hand. I don't know, man. In a world with Eevee and Sylveon, I'm trying to think. What would I want to use that Pokemon on? Maybe like a Fossil or something? Fossil deck? I don't know, man. I don't know. I do know that we're cooked. Absolutely. Because if I go Giratina, I'm dead. I have to wait. Oh yeah, we're cooked here, ladies and gentlemen. Second Froakie. We're gonna have to just do that and then turn. I can't even draw a card. We need to try and top deck a Greninja and then we can win next turn. Because then I can Greninja, Rare Candy, hit the Flareon, Cyrus, kill it with Giratina, and then we can kill the Leafeon after. But until that time comes, we are just looking to die here. Now, we do have to entry in with Giratina no matter what happens here. Because now we're like running out of time. We didn't find our Sylveons, unfortunately. So we are going to entry in. Pokeballs. Dang, dude. That sucks. Alright, I think we officially lost. All it takes is one Sabrina and they win. I still haven't found a single Professors or a Sylveon at all. So my Eevees are dead, no Greninjas. I think we're dead. Yeah. Absolutely cooked. Trying to think about how we can possibly turn this around and win. Oh no, they read. Never mind, I forgot. I didn't do math. Womp, womp, womp. That was a little bit of unfortunate luck, I'd say. Buddy! I got my cat meowing outside. Yeah, Cleffa doesn't seem all too... I don't know. Maybe I'm just underestimating Cleffa. We'll see. Obviously, when the expansion comes out, we'll try different decks, different lists, and see what we can make work and whatnot. This is going to be very risky. You get it guaranteed. I'm going to start with Froakie. I feel like it makes no sense because if our second energy is going to be Psychic, we messed up. We could have been swinging in with Sylveon, but assuming we can find a rare candy, all is good. We can still swing in with Froakie or Ninja. Make a little bit of magic happen here. Ultra Necrozma needs Psychic and Metal Energy. So unfortunately, Ho-Oh won't be super great for that. It is Psychic and Water, unfortunately, here. We did find the rare candy, so maybe we can do some kind of magic here. What is Broken Space Bellow, though? Uh-oh. Got the Greninja, but don't have the rare candy. Uh-oh. The biggest counter, IMO, is Crobat. It can ping one tap Pichu and you still get attacked. True. Crobat with Guzma. But before you're even able to ping Crobat, I think Pichu still gets, what, 2 energy? So if you're going first, which is what you want to get Crobat evolved immediately, they're going second. Or I guess technically it's 1 energy, 1 ability they get to use. Because you go first, and then it's their turn, they use the ability, but they have second energy advantage, so technically they still get 2 energy, 1 from Pichu, 1 from the bench. And then you go your turn, you attack them. They still had 2 energy built on someone on the bench, right? Very quick. And that's if you started with Crobat or Zubat in hand, Arceus with rare candy Crobat, perfect start for you. But it doesn't really matter about them. They still got that 2 energy to someone. So it's weird. I don't know. I can't attack. I'm gonna go ahead and I think just lose this energy. Hit the Eevee. Cape the Giratina. Swing in. Because the only one that can actually kill us in this game is what? Sylveon EX? And they're generating Psychic Energy next turn, so killing the Eevee in the front with Giratina, I think might be better than the Greninja. We do lose that energy, but we weren't generating Psychic Energy, so I felt like this was probably going to be the better play. Getting a Crobat and Arceus up before Pichu is safe. There's a wild high roll. And even if you do top deck everything you need for Crobat, like I said, you're still getting double energy on that Pichu side. The thing is, they do get to attack, though. They can Crobat ability, kill you, but you only have 1 energy. Who are you going to attack with 1 energy unless you have Crobat in the front line, able to do 50 damage to whoever they swap back in? They still got their 2 energy, and as long as they only need 3 to attack, they're ready to swing in on that next turn before you even get your Arceus built. I don't know. There's still Carnivine, though. Maybe Arceus could be a good counter. I think Arceus could technically be a good counter. Definitely got to throw Carnivine in somewhere. Alright, let's go ahead and grab that. You're almost not starting with Pichu most of your games either. Not gonna lie, true. It could be like a Zero Aura situation, right? Where you get bad luck. I've had that. We'll have to wait and see. We're going second. They have lightning in the front, which means our Froakie is probably going to die, but better Froakie dies than my Giratina die. Oh, snap. Never mind. Better Giratina dies than my Froakie dies. It's an Oricorio. And Greninja is the only Pokemon that can do damage. Not good. Really, really not good here. Uh-oh. And we had water energy being generated next turn. I mean, I guess I could technically energy and then just broken space. No reason to double up. Because if we do somehow top deck a Greninja, then I'm able to rare candy and start swinging in and kill the Oricorio, and then we can win. And since Giratina won't do anything yet for us, might as well take this gamble. Sabrina, I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, I think we're fine. Got the Greninja. They are so lucky they Sabrina'd. It's like they could see the future, right? Alright, so with that being said, we one-shot everything, yeah? I'm gonna rare candy. I don't know who I want to hit, to be fair with you. Because everything just gets one-shot, even the type null. I could theoretically just hit the Oricorio in the front. Put the water energy here. And then broken space. Because then I guess it gives us options, right? I can always Cyrus the type null if I want and kill it. If they decide to back out of Oricorio and start building the Silvally back there instead. Or not, so I guess we just kill Oricorio here because Oricorio has all the energy on it. So we'll just go ahead and air it at first and then swap. And then we should be good. This game is basically as good as over. Alright, so let's retreat. Do have to lose some energy, which sucks. Wait, I forgot to air it, didn't I? Woe is me. Oh, I forgot we don't have water energy too. Oh, I actually am misplaying quite a bit, huh? Sorry, chat. The whole expansion, I'm like looking off on the side doing random stuff. I am misplaying. This is why I shouldn't be playing ranked while news of a new expansion came out. Will I be able to get shiny Greninja one day? We do have, I think, one shiny Greninja. But I think we're looking for two, right? For pairs. Alright, so we're gonna have to see. I could just Broken Space Bellow and then energy on Sylveon and then we're good. I could Cyrus to stall and then swap. And he won't be able to actually do any damage. seems like a pretty high risk, to be fair with you. Alright, we gotta try and make up for the blunder, to be honest with you. I'm gonna do this. We're gonna try and make up for this blunder. We have water energy coming, so Giratina is able to attack no matter what. Greninja will be able to swing in here on the left. One retreat cost, so they can go back to their Soul Valley if they so wish here. Or not. That is their other Dawn. Alright, we got a big problem here, though. So if I swing it with Giratina to kill, I can Erida, and I'll still be alive. I think I might have to do this. And hope they don't have a red in hand. So I'm trying to think here. Because once they get Cyrus, their Soul Valley can technically clean up. Alright, Professor's is gonna happen. We can't do anything else. You got a giant cape, and we have another Greninja. I could swap to Greninja, swing in and kill, and then they go Oricorio, but they can't attack. And then Greninja can just clean up. But if they go Soul Valley and Cyrus, they win the game. Yeah, I guess we go Greninja here. Am I missing something? Hopefully I'm not missing anything here. Alright, best of luck. One Cyrus is all they need. Yeah, we blundered pretty hard this game. Oh, they definitely have Cyrus now, no? $1,000,000% they most likely do. Yeah, we blundered pretty hard. I'm like Omega distracted. So we gotta hope. Does the Oricorio and Soul Valley run Cyrus? I'm gonna say most likely they do. Yeah. All right, note to self. Let's try to focus up, right? While I continuously browse, seeing if there's more Pokemon Pocket stuff. A4. I'm trying to see if there's other newer cards that were shown off. Or if what we saw is what we get, right? No, I think these are all of them. There's a couple of cosmetics as well that I overlooked, didn't see. But I think this is everything. Alright, so I guess we're gonna have to wait a couple of days. I don't know if it's usually a couple of days before the expansion drops, before new cards get revealed, or if we just have to wait until the actual expansion itself, right? What deck ideas do we got so far? Just a couple. We have Lugia plus Ho-Oh. We have Ho-Oh and Dragonite EX. Then we have Umbreon with Greninja. Just only a couple ideas for the time being. Not a whole lot. Whoa, now. If they somehow have Silvally and Red in the hand at the same exact time, we're kind of dead. I thought at the very least we'd find a Pokeball or a Greninja or a Froakie, right? We couldn't find a single basic. We have Giratina, 2 Froakies, an Eevee, that's 4, plus 2 Pokeballs. We have 6 basic Pokemon in our deck out of a deck of 7, and we couldn't find one. Six basic Pokemon. And we couldn't find one until just now. Yeah, so part of me thinks we're just cooked, right? If I attack for 70, hooray. We'll still die on the back here. Maybe not, though. No, we're still dead. I'm gonna Aerida and then just pray they don't have a supporter in hand. Which I'm pretty sure they do, right? Double Professors? Who knows? Maybe they got unlucky as well. But assuming they have no supporter, then we live at 10, which is very strong. Gladeon. Alright, so we do end up dying here on Sylveon, and then all they need is a Froakie kill, and they are good to go. We'll see what happens here, right? Giratina. Let's go ahead and hit this guy. You got Masters with the same deck that your opponent's running. It's a good deck. But we got extremely unlucky of not pulling anything this game. What's it gonna be? Assuming he doesn't have Cyrus in hand yet, we could find some kind of opportunity to bring this back. Come on, no Cyrus after this. We don't really have a choice, right? I mean, should we assume they don't have any other supporters in the hand? And then just swap to Giratina? I can't swap to Eevee. So we obviously have to swap to Giratina. It's going to be the question of, do we want to put energy on Giratina and Broken Space Bellow to set him up so he can actually attack? Because then Zero Aura can come clean up after the fact. Or if I should put energy on Eevee here. I think I'm going to take the risk here, because I think if I try to put energy on Eevee, we just die. I could hit the Zero Aura, do 70, kill it. Actually, no, I guess I could have technically done that. Oh, yeah, Cyrus. Who am I thinking? They had very few cards left. Are we able to drop out of Masters? I'm not sure. We haven't gotten low enough to drop out. I think they said something about they're going to try and do a rank protection so you can't drop out of Masters. I'm just not sure when that's going to actually take place. But I personally haven't deranked. So beats me, man. Beats me. Anywho, chat, I mainly got on just to react to the new cards. And that was pretty much it. I'm not really going to be grinding ranked mode a whole lot, to be fair with you. I think the season ends in like 3 days. Season ends in like 3 days now. Yeah. I'm not too sure what we need to get top 10,000 or what top 10,000 is. I'm not sure if it's 22, 23, 24, 25. But I'm probably not going to be grinding too much for the last couple of days and just wait until the next expansion drops in about 6 days from now. So I'd say give it about 6 days and we'll be back coming out with more content for some of the other newer decks that are introduced. I appreciate you guys hanging out and being here. Much love. All of that good stuff. I will be on again, let's say maybe Saturday. Saturday is what? 26th? I guess maybe we'll come back Saturday for Pokemon Pocket. And then we'll wait until the next expansion. Maybe Saturday will be the last stream until the next expansion drops, and then we'll focus solely on that. What other EX cards do you wish when the set is out? I just want Entei, Suicune, and Raikou. I don't know if they're going to be in the update or not. Those are like my top cards. I just want Entei, man. That's it. I just want Entei. But anyways, chat, you guys take it easy. Enjoy the weekend. Stay safe. All that good stuff. I'll see you guys again hopefully Saturday. And then the next expansion after that. You guys take care.